another interior done today. We are gonna be productive. Ooh, this looks like someone else's problem. Those were definitely explosives. That's a problem. Hey Joe, we got some explosives. You might want to look into that. Over the last few episodes, we've laid a solid foundation for the Wild West, but now it's time to start digging in and getting to work on the details. Hey Nugget, working hard or hardly working, am I right? So today, we're going to completely build out our bank interior and get to work on detailing the outside of it to try and make it look cohesive with the town. When I don't spend an entire episode just on detailing, I feel like I have a tendency to cut some corners unintentionally. If you look at the saloon, I detailed out the interior for the most part to my liking, but I want to add some seating and clutter to the outside of it to give it an even cooler feel. Okay, seating and clutter, seating and clutter. I feel like you can never really go wrong with barrels. Maybe some crates of wood. I'll bet you $10 these are facing the wrong way. I can't even sit in them. Wait, what? Salty Seaport dining table. Okay, never mind. Those do look nice there, though. Whoa! Will you stop yelling at me? Please leave me alone. Ah. Oh my goodness. Please no. Oh dear. I don't know which one of those I like better. I think I like this one. Sorry. Now for the balcony. Stop. Please stop. Just a splash of green. I'm pretty happy with this. Just random stuff in a few spots. I think it adds a lot to the area. Maybe we could do a little bit more over here. I don't really know what. Just some different kind of barrels. We could throw some stuff on top of some of these tables too. And it's feeling cooler already in here. Leave me alone. Stop it. We could probably do something up here. I don't know what though. Maybe even throw a little table back here. I think this place is really starting to feel like it's finished. Except for this. You didn't see that. Now I think we're done. With our first build project of the day complete, it was time to pack up our bags and head right across the street, where we had a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work ahead of ourselves. The ground floor is almost entirely made of sand, so we're really just gonna have the top floor to work with. Also, Flocka doesn't know it yet, but he will be paying me to build this because he's been hounding me to get it done. To his credit, I have been slacking a little bit, so he has every right to, that's for sure. But I'm not really sure how I want to design this yet. But this is going to be a very important build because we do have our own economy on the server, and oh my goodness, it's nighttime. Brand new day always feels good in this game, doesn't it? We have our own economy, so we pretty much pay for everything in gold. So the bank is going to be a pretty important part of that. Flocka is pretty much in charge of all the gold on the server, and he's been coming up with his own storyline around the reserve, which is basically a group on the server that sounds like they have bad intentions, if I'm being honest. So I'm excited to see where he takes that story, as long as I'm not on the wrong end of it. But what I was thinking, I think it would be cool to have like different sizes of vaults in the bank. And of course I want to make this look as Western themed as possible on the inside, but I think it'd be cool if like, I don't know if we could do the whole top layer is one vault for the reserve, and then the bottom layer there's kind of like smaller vaults for all of us peasants. I do want to get Flocka over here to talk about it because he's kind of the one in charge of all the gold anyways, so I'm curious to see what he has to say.
For a meeting when I'm on reserve business. What does this guy think he is? Hey, Trillin! How's it going?
How's it going? How's it going?
Going good. Let's cut right to the chase, all right? If this isn't about the bank, you're absolutely wasting my time, all right? I am on official business. Let's get right to it. What did you need me for?
First of all, I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna get rid of this candle because it's blocking your face. Second of all, how's the family? We're getting right into it a little too quick, don't you think?
No, the fam's good, but I've got 4,000 bars just sitting here. I need somewhere to put it. So could you please give me an update on the bank?
Yeah, so I was thinking about working on it, but
I know you've been thinking about it. Okay, you've been thinking about it for about 2 months now. So let's talk about what we're doing about it, right?
Yeah, okay.
I need to secure that family's future, right? That family you tried to talk to me about. Yeah, I need to secure their future. How am I going to be able to do that, Trillin?
Here's the thing. I know that you have, what did you say? Somewhere close to like 5,000 gold, something along those lines?
No, it's an amount.
Yeah, so your family's future is just fine. Okay, I think we all know that. It's my family that I'm worrying about here. I think think that you should be paying me to build this bank because you definitely need it more than I do.
Look, I'm gonna throw you a bone here because I've got too many gold bars just sitting out in the open, and there's bandits out here. I can throw you 250 gold, but I don't want any fees when I start my account, okay? And I don't want any pushback on how much gold I bring in here, where the money is going, where it's coming from. You don't ask questions, all right? I'd also like to pay half of the bank fee for everyone's account on top of what they will have to pay initially. For your discretion about my funds and where they come from, where they go, and what I'm doing with them.
Okay, no, yeah, that's fair. I won't ask any questions. This is completely discreet. Okay, well that was actually a lot easier than I thought. I'm not gonna lie, 250 is way more than I was gonna ask for.
Whoa, whoa. And suddenly we're back at the negotiation table. That is crazy. No, it's the least that I can do. It's pennies on the dollar for me. And I need this bank. I need this bank up and running like ASAP, okay? I'm not gonna tell you where I'm holding all my gold, but let's just say it's not a secure location. Speaking of, I would like to talk to you about security measures because, like I said, there's a lot of bandits and Steezen, he exists in the server. So I need to know what type of precautions you're taking to keep those bandits and Steezen out of my money, right? And what would happen if something were to happen to the money on hand in the vault?
What I can promise you is that nothing is gonna happen to the money in the vault. I could tell you all about it, but if you just give me a moment, I'd rather show you. Please stay here.
And hey, welcome back.
So I'm just gonna show you what everybody in this town is carrying.
Oh.
Yeah, we're no strangers we're no strangers to flintlock. I can't say that word. We're no strangers to flintlock pistols and gem muskets around here, all right? And I'm gonna take all those back before you grab any. Would you like a slurp juice while we're here?
Oh yeah, I would love one.
Here you go. Here's 2 slurp juices on the house.
This 250 is gonna taste delicious. That was a 250 well spent.
I'm gonna get to work on your bank. I appreciate you stopping by. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. So dare I say, with a successful business meeting in the books, it's time to officially get started on the bank. So without further ado, the bank is closed for construction. Let's get to work. Alright, so I have a confession. All of that building that I just did on camera on the interior was a complete lie. It was all deception and trickery. To be honest, I just wanted to see what it would look like if I did that time lapse and put a little jackhammer sound in the background, and I thought it was okay. Mainly because if I did the entire interior, it would have taken way too many day and night cycles. But I did do a lot of building off camera, and the interior is completely done. My favorite part is actually located over here, but we will get to that in a minute. I'm gonna wait for better weather to record because this is just depressing. I added some of these things, which to me looks like somewhere you would hitch a horse if we had them. And this is intended to look almost like a wagon wheel, just leaning up against that fence. So here's the interior, nothing too fancy. We have a few teller stations set up, and it's definitely a little bit cramped in here, but I feel like it's all right. So that's kind of a better view. For some reason, my villagers keep getting stuck in this corner, and it's always different villagers. Whenever I log on, there are always 2 villagers stuck here, and I don't know why. So we'll have to figure that out. Oh no, is there another spot where you guys get stuck? But of course, there's no way to actually have your villagers work as bank tellers. So what I did is I put all of the places for people to store their gold up here in their own little cages. I haven't really figured out a pricing structure yet, but people could pay me something and then they would rent out one of these. They're all the same size except for this one, which has almost double the amount of chests. There's not really an actual door that I like to put here, so I kind of just made a little gate out of the black fences that looks like they're all kind of swung open. So of course everybody's vaults are completely open, but we don't have any thieves on the server, so I think we're good. But overall, the ambiance up here is pretty cool. I'm happy with it. But now for the part that I'm the most excited to show you. If we go on over to this side, my favorite part of this whole build is the top secret door. This is the door for the reserve. Nobody's supposed to know that this is here, and it's supposed to be secret, so naturally I had to write in big bold letters top secret with an arrow pointing to it. But if we go inside, I kind of tried to design this to look almost like a vault from Gringotts Bank. Like you come in and there's just a bunch of clutter and mysterious things strewn about. I tried to add a lot of things with gold too, like these gold skulls, the gold paintbrush, the gold llama, some of this stuff over here. But yeah, this is all for Flocka, and I think he's gonna be pretty happy with it. There's room to add more chests too if needed, and there's even some smaller chests that can be used to store his gold too. So this should be good for now. But yeah, I'm really proud of the progress we made today. I think the outside of the bank looks cool, the interior is detailed and functional, and we even built out a top secret vault for Flocka to store his endless amounts of gold that he's so humble about. Overall, I'd say this was a really successful episode. We got a lot of the little things done that I've been putting off, and sometimes the little things make the biggest difference. But if you'll excuse me, I've got a situation that I need to go check on. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one.